Hi, my name's Jamie, and welcome to Miniocalypse. Today's my first episode, my first time on YouTube, so figured I'd take a minute to explain how I got into the hobby. Through several years of my life playing Dungeons & Dragons and multiple tabletop games, I've always wanted to paint the miniatures, and every attempt was kind of a fail. I could never figure it out, I guess. So one day recently, I was walking through a dollar store and I come across some dollar minis or toys. To me, I saw them as great practice. All the practice I could get. Picked them up. Started painting them, painted a batch, painted a couple more batches, which I will show you here in a little bit. And then I went to YouTube. And thanks to all the amazing YouTube painters out there, I feel that I may be able to learn how to paint even better. So I'm here to document my start in painting so we can see how far I can go. And I figured I would take you viewers along the way. So here we go. In a moment we'll check out the desk here and go through some equipment and see how this goes. Okay, here we are with the paint desk. And we got here we got our water, our tea, which I don't know why I keep them next to each other. We got brushes, multiple just brushes I've had for years, and some here I've picked up at Walmart recently. But I guess a little before I get into this, I did this on a low budget. I did it with as cheap as possible to begin with. So by cheap as possible, I mean we started with these guys, the apple barrel paints. And yeah, we'll get into what that produced later on here, but just so you know, that's where we started. Some junky brushes and some, I can't call it junky paint because it did work. And let's see, picked up a couple things along the way. Had some friends donate some type of, found some glazed medium and a couple of, I don't know, they worked all right. I think those are for glass, like stained glass, and some snow stuff, which, well, as you can see here on the old texture roach here, where we test our textures. And we got the Paintapede. He's always good for testing my paints out and my colors and my combos. You know, I don't know, it's the way I tried doing it. We got a little water dropper here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, we got water everywhere. Just grab the old tissue paper and just like that, I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right for now. We got a handful of paints. I ended up buying eventually. We had got a couple of Vallejo game colors here, an effect. We got some old ink refill kits that work pretty good. Grabbed me some clear nail polish. That's before I got this here gloss varnish. Way better, but I mean, the fingernail clear coat didn't turn out too terrible, I guess. We'll get into that later. Over here we have our wonderful wet palette that we made ourselves. Currently got a couple little colors on there I forgot about, but just a little homemade jobby with some napkins, and we got the old parchment paper there. It gets the job done, as far as I know anyways. The old paint area, you know, this other thing here. We got the tack in there. We tack us a guy on, and we get to painting. All right, so what else do we have? Basically, where I'm starting. I picked me up some a couple starter kits of some Citadel paints. Got those. Those were after the first beginning month. Whoop. About to throw that down. Below here we have just numerous supplies and things, and you know, probably the same stuff everybody's got crammed under their desks or in their drawers. We don't need to get into that. So let's get this flipped around here and chat a little more. Okay. All right, so now that we're flipped around here, yeah. By the way, we're gonna be shooting the majority of this on a iPhone XR. It is what it is. Work with what I got. So, as I said before, we had the apple barrel paints. Took those. Started just painting on these mummies here. Here's a sample of the first batch I did. See what we get here as far as, yeah, nothing too crazy. Anyway, so then we try to do a set a little brighter, a little cleaner, like fresh made mummies, I guess. The idea was to practice painting all these mummies and make a board game out of them, or add them to a game, or you know, just hordes of mummies for whatever. Then we did this was the first little skeleton we went after and did here. Wasn't too bad. Oh, I thought I didn't do too bad for some apple barrel paints. And the red there, no, that was a leftover tester's model paint I had. I've got some, you know, this is what we were able to accomplish with some apple barrels. So, and then come across the page on Facebook, an event for painting a beholder at a game shop. So we went to that after preparing as much as we could. This is not what he looked like when I left the shop. This is what I did over 2 days after. 2 or 3 days. I have to check my photos to be sure on that. But again, we'll get some stills popping up here. He's still got some work to do. Look at him looking pretty creepy. Gotta work on him. From there we went to our second miniature here. A Warhammer Knight Incantor. So we spent about 2 weeks on this guy. Really struggled my way Oh, we got some tissue paper from the water there. You know, that happened. So this was about a month and a half into checking out my painting and where the YouTube tutorials had taken me. You know, I'd play the crap out of it. Let me know what you think of them. Then we, by we I mean I'm sorry, I keep saying we went to the tortoise race for Pathfinder, I believe. I can't recall the name right now. I'm sure I'll remember eventually. I'll just keep looking at them though. Did that. And then we messed around a little bit. Found an old toy. He was just a solid, you know, he's all squishy and whatnot. He was just one color rubber, like 50-cent machine toy, and primed him up. I tried painting him kind of like a punk rocker. It came out really shiny. Don't really know why, but yeah, you know, he's shiny. Maybe he's sweaty. You know, he's mad. He was rocking. He got injured. He's mad. He's got 2 injuries. He's real mad. So we got him. This is actually going to be a gift for a longtime buddy of mine. Oh, no, we'll drop him a bunch too, you know. I tried to texture his shirt and his jeans. Really, can't tell because how shiny it is, but we tried. We are ready to start our adventure and paint the next guys. Let's get this light out of the way. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode, or first YouTube thing ever. So hope to see you next time. We'll pick something out and we'll get to painting and we'll go from there. We'll just see how this goes. Enjoy and thank you. Again, I'm Jamie and this is Miniocalypse.